The political landscape of contemporary Russia, led by President Vladimir Putin, has drawn attention and speculation regarding the influence of historical ideologies, including fascism. While it is essential to approach such claims with a nuanced perspective, examining Putin's policies, rhetoric, and the broader geopolitical context offers insights into the complex relationship between Russia's current leadership and historical echoes of the Cold War era. Putin's political trajectory. 1. Post-Soviet Russia. Vladimir Putin ascended to power in the late 1990s, navigating the complex aftermath of the Soviet Union's collapse. The transition marked a period of political and economic restructuring, with Putin positioning himself as a stabilizing force. 2. Nationalist resurgence. Putin's presidency witnessed a resurgence of Russian nationalism, which, in some instances, has drawn comparisons to the authoritarian tendencies of historical figures. This nationalist sentiment, however, is rooted in a desire to restore Russia's status on the global stage rather than strictly adhering to fascist ideologies. Historical echoes and rhetoric. 1. Symbolism and imagery. Some observers have pointed to the use of historical symbols and imagery reminiscent of the Soviet era and, to a lesser extent, the fascist era. The appropriation of certain symbols, while not indicative of ideological alignment, underscores the power of historical narratives in shaping contemporary political identity. 2. Conservative values. Putin's government has championed conservative values, particularly in areas such as family, religion, and cultural identity. While these values resonate with certain aspects of historical conservatism, it is crucial to distinguish between conservative principles and fascist ideology. Geopolitical considerations. 1. Resurgence of Russia. In the aftermath of the Cold War, Russia experienced a period of economic and political turmoil. Putin's leadership has sought to reassert Russia's influence, challenging the perceived encroachment of Western powers and promoting a multipolar world order. 2. National security narrative. Putin's government often frames its policies in the context of national security, asserting Russia's right to protect its interests and sovereignty. This narrative aligns with Cold War-era sentiments of great power competition and the defense of national interests against perceived external threats. Authoritarian trends. 1. Restrictions on civil liberties. Putin's administration has faced criticism for restricting civil liberties, curbing political dissent, and controlling the media. While these actions may exhibit authoritarian tendencies, characterizing them as directly fascist requires a nuanced analysis of the specific historical and ideological context. 2. State control and corporatism. Putin's Russia exhibits features of state-controlled capitalism and corporatism, reminiscent of historical fascist economic models. However, attributing these characteristics solely to fascist influence oversimplifies the complex interplay of economic pragmatism and political control. Conclusion. Examining whether Vladimir Putin is directly influenced by fascist ideologies requires a careful evaluation of political actions, rhetoric, and historical context. While certain elements, such as nationalist sentiments and authoritarian tendencies, may echo aspects of the past, it is essential to recognize the distinctive features of Putin's Russia within the broader framework of post-Soviet geopolitical dynamics. Drawing clear connections between contemporary Russian leadership and historical fascism should be approached with caution, considering the multifaceted nature of political influences and the complexities of Russia's role in the global arena.